Empezamos, está grabando. Buenas noches, esto es para Estados Unidos. Ryan, productor de el compilado que se hizo en Estados Unidos, South American is part of the problem. Well, Ryan, first of all, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to have you here in Buenos Aires. The first question is, when did you start to do the idea of the record?
The idea started after the Neckfi tour in 2012. You know, with so many people that helped us get our way around. And when we brought music back to the States and we were trying to share it with our friends, and our friends didn't know
a lot of
the bands, I thought there's got to be something that can be done. You know, there's got to be some way that you draw more interest in for this music scene.
And that's the language. It's a big, you know, barrera. It's like a stop to enter in the American market, because this band from Chile too, from Uruguay, etc. They sing in Spanish, but the music is post-punk, is punk rock. So how do you do the exercise to show in the States music that they can understand?
I mean, it's not that different from people when they listen to, like, Einstein's and they go, well, I can't understand German, you know, but I love the band, right?
Like rock, or
and they, you know,
or in French too.
In Japan, the same thing. And I mean, there's also the fact that like 30% of the population in the U.S. now speaks some level of Spanish, you know. I don't speak very well, but I can understand enough of the lyrics to kind of know what the song is about, for instance. So, I don't think it's that much of a barrier.
What was which was the first band you bring to the compilation?
The first one I talked to, before I really asked anybody, I kind of talked to Cuscos, Los Humanos, Coso, Toto Alvarez. Yeah. Just to kind of say, what do you think about this idea? You know, do you think it would work? Do you think people would be excited about it? Or is it not worth pursuing? And they all said, do it. So they were the first ones.
And it was a big surprise for all of us, because it's like from Latin America, it's so common that we make compilation of the tracks of the year, or we love the Bowie and we love for Asians, the music, we divide everything. We are just like the American, as melómano, big listeners. But it's so weird to find someone and don't finish in this idea.
And make turn it around. Make them listen to you.
It's like a fresh idea. And well, you the last week you were in Chile. How was that experience?
It was great. It's a little bit different. I was in Valparaiso, and
I used to live in
beautiful city.
When I was younger, I used to live in Valparaiso.
Yeah, it's a wonderful city. The show was great, and you know, hosts were great, people were great. For me, it's harder to understand Chileans because they speak very fast.
And they speak very low.
But the show was wonderful. It's a beautiful city. I had a great time.
Which band from Chile did you enjoy more? For example, or moments?
It's hard to say. Yeah, I mean, I had known. There was only one show that I've done so far, so it would be Toto Alvarez, Cola de Zoro, and Dumo that were on that bill. All great bands,
I mean, very punk rock.
And Toto is more of an improviser and a sound artist. He's the guy we actually knew first. So when I was looking for bands from Valparaiso, I didn't know Dumo or Cola de Zoro. asked him, hey, give me some recommendations for two like
And
good
you
bands.
were amazed by the band.
Great.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, here in the Spanish spoken world,
Sí, sí.
it's like we don't really think that it would be tasteful for you, for Americans, because it's like you have the original,
Sí,
and
sí.
we have some bastard version.
No,
that
but it's the mix that's actually interesting. It's a different approach to the same ideas that a lot of people in the US have. And it's even with like a band like Bending Toys or something where they bend circuitry, repurpose electronics and that kind of stuff. Like showing him some of the people in the States that do different things. It's,
where is this country? It's like, where did it came from?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All of the bands.
You know?
Great. Ah, bueno. ¿Algo más? No.
Well, and you're here, and today we'll play El Mal,
Sí.
Coso,
Sí.
Olfa, Convocor,
Sí.
y and
El mal, calato.
El Bien.
El bien. Russian.
Right,
I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Olfa. I missed some. Wait. El mal, calato, coso, el bien. Russian, Olfa.
And what is your idea for the future? Is it like to keep moving this idea or start bringing this band to the States?
Yeah.
Maybe a tour? Well, a tour will be
Yeah, it would be
very
wonderful.
expensive.
Yeah, it's the issue in my country is visas, and it's really hard. They've made it really hard. So when bands aren't have the ability to come, you know, I'm happy to host them and help them out. The next idea that I'm going to do a solo record for David Ratt, his existing record. His band is from Buenos Aires. And then the next few projects will be split records between bands from the US and bands from South America, or bands from Europe and bands from South America.
And now finishing with the fest. About you, where you live in New York, in Brooklyn?
I was living in Brooklyn until about a month ago, and then I moved out to Jersey City.
Before we have that.
But for 15 years I lived in Brooklyn. I've lived most of my life in New York.
And you are a musician too?
I was. I played with...
No, you always will be a musician.
Yeah, it's true. I played with Glenn Branca and his ensemble for about 9 years in different small groups, and then the large ensemble, and then back in the small group again. And I played in a band with my girlfriend called Nick Fi, which was like an experimental duo. Right now I can't play because I had an accident a couple of years ago, so I don't have feeling and strength in my...
Fight mechanic.
But I'm having a surgery later this year, which hopefully will help.
Play again.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's why I got into this.
It's such a shame that the thing is. Well,
I'm alive. I'm alive.
It's good enough.
I'm very lucky, you know. I could have done a lot worse.
And what did you have in the car?
Yeah, I was driving a car and a taxi ran a red light.
Oh, taxi! Our favorite people.
You know, it's an accident.
Well,
It is what it is. It can happen to anybody.
And you call how old are you?
How old am I? I'm 37.
Ah, but you are looking like a...
An old man.
No. Like a young dude.
Well, I'm hanging out with a bunch of young dudes, young girls.
And for finishing the interview, what are you listening now? Which band? If I go to your house and
I see.
I start your computer, what will be the band the first one?
Yeah, it's funny because for the last year I've really only been listening to bands from South America. But aside from that, my favorite band in the world is probably a band from Serbia called Repetitor.
Wow, you are like
Yeah.
a weird boy.
We also did a tour in former Yugoslavia. 2 tours actually. So yeah.
Oh, hi.
And we happened to meet these kids at the train station and hang out with them there one time.
Really?
And well, I'd emailed them before. Actually, on MySpace. That's how long ago this was.
It's like a life ago.
Yeah. And they're like they're the biggest punk band in the whole region.
I don't know them.
You should look them up. They're really good. There's a bunch of Belgrade has a scene, like Buenos Aires has a scene. I mean, it's massive.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun from East Europe that are coming. Like it takes a long, but now they are getting scene. And when you were younger, what music did you listen? What band did you go?
I mean, like every kid,
you are like a Joy Division boy.
No. Actually, I was never a big fan of them when I was younger. I didn't appreciate them until later. I was like, you know, everyone my age listened to Nirvana and all that stuff, but I was very into like kind of like their weirder stuff, Butthole Surfers, Sonic Youth. New York has always had a great experimental scene, avant-garde, free jazz, that kind of stuff.
Having Sonic Youth in your town is it's like you don't have to move anymore. You reach it to the place. You have to play.
Yeah, but obviously they've all scattered now. But when I was growing up, you know.